So we're going to take a moment now to do the award ceremonies. This is something we take great pride every year in recognizing our peers and those that make a difference, those that we work alongside with, and that we all have grown to know and love for not only their great work, but also their great personalities. So we're going to start with the Jacqueline Gomez Arias Award. Jackie was Latino Behavioral Health founder. We lost Jackie in 2000 and, I can't remember. Terry, where are you? 15? Oh, 18, okay, gotcha, sorry. So it's been quite a bit. Jackie was a tremendous force. She really pushed forward services for the Latino and Hispanic community that were culturally specific and language specific. So we're eternally grateful for her work. I also want you to take a moment to meet Leticia Frias, directly from Mexico. So Letty is gonna be helping us today hand out the awards. Alicia, if you wanna come up here to do your introduction. So anyways, we're gonna start with Jackie Gomez Arias. And the winner this year is, do you all know? Tiffany Nacarado. So, Tiffany, let me read your bio a little quickly before, okay? If I can see. Okay, Tiffany Nacarado is a mother of 3 children, an adventure seeker, and a fierce advocate in the recovery community. Tiffany is a woman in long-term recovery and a certified peer support specialist with 5 years experience in the field of substance use recovery support services. Tiffany entered recovery in 2017 and successfully completed a specialty drug court program in 2018. This lived experience was a springboard for her future and ignited her passion to help others just as she had been supported with strengthening her recovery while in the program. Tiffany dedicated herself to volunteering for the Drug Court Alumni Program throughout providing weekly support meetings, developing and hosting social events, and encouraging current court participants to attend recovery-oriented social activities. I also would like to say that Tiffany works at USARA, and it has been a great partner and ally, and also a member of the organizing committee. So thank you and congratulations, Tiffany.
I usually don't write a speech, but I decided to do it differently this time, so I'm going to read it off. But I wanted to take a moment for myself to connect to this moment, because this means a lot to me. So I'm going to sit here for a moment. It matters to me because years ago I visualized my peer recovery coach getting a similar award, leaving me inspired to do this work. It matters to me because I believe in the work we do in the peer movement. Thank you. I am Tiffany Nacarado, and I am a proud person in long-term recovery. What that means to me today is that I get to keep it evolving in my personal recovery story and have a seat at the table in arenas that matter to me. I use my voice today for those that haven't found theirs. I stand here thinking about where I was a little over 6 years ago, wandering around the streets, nowhere to go, begging for a way to stop living my life. I hadn't had a purpose, and today I have many. I've been able to do many wonderful things since being a certified peer support specialist. I've advocated for language change in the criminal justice system and treatment courts, such as changing family dependency drug court to now being called Family Recovery Court in the 3rd District. This last year, I sat on policy and procedure meetings for Family Recovery Court to revise orientation packets with peer support listed as a valuable team member. I revised phase work with recovery strength-based language, and Kayla Jensen and I came up with a new program that is being implemented in the court settings today. It's called Recovery Exploration Intervention, also known as REI. We advocated for parents to be given an alternative other than jail. The participants get to stay in home with their children while working on life skills to help build their recovery capital. They are encouraged to participate in recovery-oriented activities during that time to help build a community of support. Our voices matter. One-on-one services is where my heart gets touched the most. A recent participant gave me permission to share a bit of her story today. This is a big part of my why. This is where I'm going to cry. I was sitting in court staffing, listening to a team discussing discharge for one of the moms because she had an incident of use. I never met this young lady before. She just had given birth to her second baby in a year and had all of her children in DCFS custody. I asked the judge if I could have a private conversation with her when court began, and for him to wait on his final decision to discharge her. This mother willingly sat down with me to listen to my lived experience of not having the opportunity to raise my young children. She quickly started to sob in my arms, letting me know that she wanted this opportunity with her children. She just didn't know how to get her needs met in the courtroom, and she was acting out. I gave her the support that I wish I had years ago before I gave up on my long-time dream of being a mommy. We did a bunch of role-playing before hearings and child welfare meetings to help her use her voice in a positive manner. Fast forward, she graduated Family Recovery Court 2 days ago. She reached out to me, thanking me for that first interaction that led her to having her cute littles in her custody, and she feels empowered in her own recovery story. Our stories matter. 6 years ago, a peer recovery coach from USERA sat down with me to help me prioritize many things that I needed to rebuild my life. I had 2 other peer recovery coaches on my felony drug court team that would secretly watch, or I would secretly watch to one day be something like them. Today, I still utilize the gift of being surrounded by certified supports. This week has been difficult in my own personal life, and I was able to get through it because I leaned on others with similar lived and living experiences. I haven't given up on myself because hope keeps being instilled in me. You all matter to me. Thank you. Almost done. So I wanted to end with an answer to a question that gets asked to me almost daily. How do you do so much, Tiffany, and how do you not get burned out? Well, above all the people, places, and things that I serve, I choose me every day. I listen to my body. I take lots of naps. Ask my staff at USERA. I have a couch just for naps. I practice self-care in the 8 dimensions of wellness daily, and I work on 2 relationships over all others, which are with God and with my inner self. I matter too. Thanks to my young adult children and my stinker of a teen who allowed me back into their lives to create memories that I'll be forever grateful. Thanks to you, Sarah, for giving me many platforms to succeed and to grow in this industry. Thanks to Utah Peer Conference for giving me this award. And thanks to my fellow peers that love me just for me being me, and I love you back. She's quite amazing, huh? I've had a great time getting to know Tiffany. So I get to present the Family Changemaker Award that goes to Family Peer Supports. And our Family Peer Supports kind of dwindled for a little while. And the person that I am presenting this award to today has stuck through all of those changes. She's been here. I remember when I trained her, and the questions that she asked, the amazing story that she has, the impact that she has on families. And so I would like to present this award to Alma Denora Tanner. Do you want to come up? So Denora was born and raised in Honduras. She moved to the United States as a teenager and spent the majority of her adult years living in Wilmington, Delaware. She has resided in St. George, Utah since 2013. Denora brings a variety of skills to her position at Southwest Behavioral Health Center as the SMR case manager supervisor. With over 10 years of experience in working with families in crisis and child development, Denora has become a leader and advocate for promoting early intervention and building healthy family relationships. Denora has been a pioneer in the recovery community for helping parents navigate through the challenges of loved ones struggling with addiction. When Denora is not working, she enjoys time with her family, hiking with friends, cooking, and traveling the world. She has 4 children, 8 grandchildren, and 2 pups. Faith, family, and service are the things that matter most to her. Give a hand to Denora for our Family Changemaker.
I just want to say thank you. Muchas gracias to the Utah Peer community, force and strength behind so many of us. I would like to honor and take advantage of this opportunity to speak of 2 important things. 2 important and most important in my life. One is the person that trained me to learn to love the addict and support recovery. If you are from Southern Utah and you hear the name Gigi, you know who I'm talking about. Yes. Through Gigi, I've gone through the University of Humanity, Love, and Understanding. She was only a teen when she started experimenting with classmates and, what teenagers do to have fun. Those were her first steps into addiction. Later on, she graduated into bigger and better. And heroin took her through the road of the most horrible nightmare. And with her, she took me and other family members and loved ones. The beginning was rough. I could not understand why and how come I was being put through this. Not knowing that this was my schooling in order to prepare and be able to save, help, understand, and love those in addiction and addiction recovery. Together we went through her taking everything from me, everything that was material. And I cried over the diamonds being sold for nothing. I cried over times that she did not spend with the family, making good memories. I cried over 3 babies being born addicted. I cried over having to get up in the middle of the night because she was calling me from a corner up in Wilmington, Delaware, freezing to death, hungry, and saying, hearing the words, "Mom, I'm cold." And so I would pack up my van with every coat I could grab and every pair of shoes I could find, clothing, food, medicine, you name it, and I would drive to that spot. Why did I take more than one? It was only my daughter there. But I always thought about the other girls that were there and that they were somebody else's child. And they were also cold and hungry. So I gave. I would invite them to come with me. I would take you home. There's a place for you. No one would take me up on that offer. So I would go back home. There were nights where I could not sleep at all. I'm Latina, I have curves, and I like them. I embraced them. I didn't have any left. I was skin and bones. Over time, we went through the processes of recovery programs and detox centers and this treatment, that treatment, and she would be successful at completing. But as soon as she came back, she would go back and relapse. Those were hard times for me. To see my baby girl unrecognizable. There were holes on her face. Her whole body literally was covered with sores. She was injecting everywhere where she could possibly find a healthy vein left to shoot up. Finally, I was a single mom, by the way, going through this, and hearing her siblings say, "Why do you put so much attention to her? She's the bad one. You're not minding me. I'm doing this and this and this." And I would say, I love you with all of my heart. I love you just as much as I love her. But right now, she needs me. They couldn't get it. So, I eventually met my husband, a cop. Gigi didn't like that. And he went to school for human behavior. Finally, I had an angel on my side giving me support and saying, "We will bring her home. We will do this. We will stand together." So the time came and he retired. And the plan was to move to Honduras, back to Honduras. It's been my dream to go back. But things got real rough in Honduras with the drug trade and all that, and it wasn't safe for me to take an American boy to that setup. So I asked him, "So honey, what was your dream for retirement?" And he said, "Well, I went to school in Utah, and as a poor student, I used to vacation in St. George, and I fell in love with that place." So we came, he invited me, and I said, "But what about Gigi?" And he said, "Have faith, she'll follow." So we created a plan with Gigi to come together and find recovery for her here. And she said, "Sure, I will come." So we got this big house, and she never came. It was 2 years later, two more babies later, that I got that phone call. And she said, "Mom, I'm ready to come home." And I said, "Okay, when?" It was going to be the next day. I said, "Sure. Do you have money for the ticket?" "No." "Here you go. What about the babies?" "Okay, Bella's going to stay back with Dad until I have a place of my own and I'm in recovery." And she had all these beautiful plans. So she arrived with 2 little babies. Her bag was loaded with dirty, smelly clothing for these babies. She was even in a worse physical condition than I had seen her before. She did not want to be in that life, in that pain. She wanted her babies healthy, and she looked for recovery. When she told me she was going to go to meetings, and I thought, because I know what going to meetings meant back home. She was looking to meet people, you know? So I kind of, "Oh, no, wait a minute. If you go to meetings, I'm coming with you." And then I started meeting these people that were picking her up. And they didn't like the fact that I would come outside and look at their faces and say, "And who are you and where are you taking my child?" Now we're close and best friends and we love each other so much. And I forever will be thankful to them for what they did. Shannon, her first sponsor, I owe her so much. She put up with Gigi's crap left and right. And now Gigi is in full recovery, professional, and working in helping others in recovery. In helping in so many different ways, it's amazing. One thing I admire about people in recovery is that strength that we have, because I am in recovery as well, through you, Sarah. It's the strength we have to do more than it's being asked of us. "Oh, there's another project. Okay, volunteer." It's amazing when we're able to become ourselves through recovery. I also want to take a moment to give a voice to grandparents raising children from parents in addiction. Through my work, I come across families where addiction is causing so much pain. And these grandparents are the ones willing to take these babies in. But they don't have the skills anymore. They're tired. Some of them have huge health issues going on. They don't have the skills to raise a kid produced by the world that we live in today. But there isn't anything in Southern, at least in St. George, to help them cruise through these processes. And that's my future project, is to create and build something that gives grandparents the support, the parenting skills, the finances, the health support that they need in order to take this mission upon themselves. There's hope. There's happiness. I used to cry every day. I don't cry much anymore. I'm a happy mother. I'm a happy grandmother. And I'm a happy advocate. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name's Jules, for those of you who don't know me. I'm just up here. I get the pleasure and the honor of introducing our Youth Changemaker Award winner this year. I want everyone to give it up for Miriam Jacqueline Gutierrez Perez. Miriam is a young person in recovery. She's been through a lot in her life. I got to know Miriam last year in March when she started working at Latino Behavioral Health Services in our youth programs. Fresh out of college, fresh into recovery. And in less than a year, Miriam has done so much for our organization and our community. She's moved into a leadership role. She now supports a team of other young people in recovery. And she also does work with mostly adolescents who are on their own journey. And Miriam has built programs and helped to build programs for our little ones to help promote emotional intelligence and how to manage anger, and really helping do a lot of family work as well with parents alongside kids, because we know how important that is. So thank you for everything you do, Miriam, for us and for our people and our community.
Hi everyone. I'm really nervous. I don't do this. I like to stay behind the curtains and not talk. But I just wanted to share a little bit about me with you guys, like my story. So I'm Miriam Jacqueline Gutierrez Perez. I am a person in recovery from mental health issues. What that means is that it's been about 10 years since I've decided to face my depression instead of running away from it or ignoring it. What recovery means to me is the reassurance that people change people and that everything happens for a reason. And I truly believe that, especially with my familia de Latino Behavioral. They believed in me, and that's means a lot because I've had very little people believe in me. So by them believing in me has helped me believe in myself. What recovery has given me is hope by allowing me to remain hopeful about the future and opportunities that come my way, including this new leadership position of the Youth Programs Coordinator. Wellness by being able to prioritize my mental health and realizing the importance it has on my overall health. And diversity by embracing my diverse characteristics and sharing them to promote unity amongst many different groups of people. And integrity by not only putting myself first, but choosing to take what I have learned in my journey and sharing it to help the Latino youth. Lastly, a commitment by choosing to work through obstacles in all aspects of my life, work, school, family, and friends.